Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is the platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry magnate on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Nilesh Jha. He is a highly skilled and accomplished supply chain professional with nearly 2.5 decades of diverse experience in procurement and supply chain management across multiple industries, including beverages, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, paints, and coatings. He is a strategic leader with a strong focus on procurement, supply chain, logistics, and process improvement. At present, he is working for Huntsman International India as Senior Director Purchasing, overseeing the Greater Asia Division. His responsibilities include leading the purchasing team for all spend streams, strategic planning for supply security, vendor development, logistics transformation, and system improvements. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Jha.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here and giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts.
All right. So to begin with, could you let our viewers know in brief about your journey of becoming a Senior Director Purchasing at Huntsman International India?
Sure. Thanks, Sunny. And it is a pleasure to share my journey here. So as far as my journey goes, after my MBA, I was looking during this MBA process, I got opportunity to go through all the functions of a corporate life. And I realized supply chain and purchasing is the area of interest of mine. And then I joined Bayer as my first launch, or you can say first company to start my career with in their purchasing function. And during this process, I learned and got the opportunity to go through various nuances of the function and contribute as my whatever I can contribute in the initial phase of career in their process of that time. It was a process of converting physical paper to a computerized process. So I was part of the team of ERP implementation and converting some of the formats in the department and interacting with various stakeholders to extend this process in our stakeholders as well. So after working for around 4 years with Bayer, I moved to Coca-Cola. That's another completely different world altogether. Things have been very fast-paced in Coke. Here I was responsible for Western region supply chain for Coke. And I was given responsibility to take care of the complete inward and outward movement of all the goods and services. I was also lucky to be part of the journey in Coke, where lots of changes have been happening that time. So PET bottle was rolled out during that process. Small glass bottle of 200 ml was rolled out. So lots of things have been happening around, and I was lucky to be part of that intense journey of beverage industry during that time. I was also given opportunity to be part of setting up a new plant for Coca-Cola, one of the biggest bottling unit in this region. And it was a fantastic journey to understand and contribute in various functions of supply chain in the organization. So again, spending around 4 years with Coke, I moved to Asian Paints. So Asian Paints, I joined as a supply chain lead for their industrial division. And I was part of the team for Asian Paints to initiate their journey in the industrial paints division. And this, as a supply chain lead, I was able to contribute and learn a lot from my seniors in Asian Paints, because Asian, as you know, it's an institution in itself, for especially from supply chain perspective. So I was learning from the decorative section of the division, and I was trying to implement quite many things for industrial segment, though it's a two different industry altogether, where industrial is more on B2B and decorative is more on B2C segment. So the entire supply chain was to be set up to make this B2B success for Asian. So it was a fantastic journey to implement the entire end-to-end supply chain for this division, and worked there for around 6 years. And from Asian, I moved to Huntsman as a purchasing head for one of their division, which was newly acquired by Huntsman when I joined. And I was part of the integration team for transition of that newly acquired entity to Huntsman. And last 12 years, I'm with Huntsman now. So from there, responsibility kept adding to me. So from one division, very soon all the divisions responsibility was given to me. And then during 2017, I was given additional APEC region responsibility, which includes Australia, New Zealand. So it is now expanded role of complete end-to-end purchasing for this particular region. And fantastic to be part of this journey here. In Huntsman, I also got opportunity to consolidate the purchasing team and making a purchasing hub in Mumbai. So earlier it was all division specific, spread all across everywhere. So now from Mumbai, we are supporting India subcontinent as well as many other countries in APEC region. I was also got opportunity to implement various initiatives like transforming this entire purchasing team from traditional way of working, conventional purchasing, to best of the class or best of industry purchasing team. From traditional way of working to digitalized purchasing team. So similarly on logistics front, we have done huge turnaround for the entire warehousing, transportation, to next level state of the art kind of warehouse and logistics activities. Also, I'm a part of India leadership team and the global leadership team here. So it gives me opportunity to see things from a different perspective altogether, how business is run overall, how business can be shaped and transform and grown in a different section, and also how we can handle different compliance, how we can handle sustainability, how we can contribute towards that. Not only within Huntsman, we extend this to all our supply partners, all our transporters, all our other additional stakeholders as well. So fantastic 27 years of overall journey, and lot to be done now.
Amazing, Mr. Jha, and thank you so much for the onset of this interview. It was a fantastic experience. Let's have it more. Okay, continuing our conversation, we would like to know what are some of the most difficult obstacles you have faced in your professional life, and how have you overcome them?
So when you are in supply chain, every day is obstacle. So every day you are dealing with challenges. So that's a routine for supply chain fraternity world. So there have been many challenges all across in a different way. But I think the biggest challenge has been last 3-4 years of the journey, which have been most challenging for purchasing and supply chain field. So it started 3 years back from China blue sky policy, where they started curtailing lot on the chemical manufacturing companies. So we used to hear that suddenly some company is shut down, so supplier is no more available to supply the material. And every now and then we were running helter-skelter to fulfill those gaps. Uh, by the time we were trying to arrest those issues, COVID hit. And once COVID hit, then there was challenge all across. There was uncertainty on the supply, there was uncertainty even on the demand side. And biggest uncertainty on the logistics side, whether you will get the transportation, whether you will get the required ship. So everything was uncertain. And in my opinion, this was the biggest challenge for the industry. And it was also opportunity for supply chain to step forward and show what they can do, how they can contribute to the organization. And I think this gave opportunity for entire supply chain team to be part of the leadership team in a much broader and much more contributing manner. So the good part for us was since we have been working very actively on de-risking ourselves from China before COVID, that helped us during COVID because we able to develop other sources and we able to secure our supplies from other countries. At the same time, we had initiated purchasing transformation project some time back. So our team was ready. Our team was ready in terms of competency, in terms of equipments. So we already had implemented best of the available tools for our department. So each of the individual in team, they are aware, they are capable of taking decision, and which helped us tiding over this entire crisis of COVID. And we able to take the organization through this difficult time without any major hiccups.
Rightly said, Mr. Jha. So our viewers would like to know, you have been honored with several awards. Which of them do you regard as your biggest achievement and why?
Thankfully, in each of the organization I worked, I was highly appreciated, and everywhere I have grown. So that shows something. I'm sure something would be good I was doing in every organization. But most notable was Purchasing Excellence Award, which we received in 2016 for the purchasing transformation project, which we have done for Huntsman. This was given by an independent agency for amongst all the big organization or big companies which has participated in this event. So that gives us kind of confidence and validation that yes, whatever we are doing is correct and we are moving in the right way. And this award was highly appreciated within the organization, across our industry as well. So I think that was the most notable and accomplishment what we have done as a, and that also credit goes to the entire team what we have.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Jha. So moving ahead, our viewers would like to know how and when did you get exposure to ESG and corporate governance?
So Sunny, being part of MNC, you get involved in this section or this activity very soon. So ESG and sustainability came quite early to me, and I got familiar in this quite early. But at least for last 10 years, I'm very actively working on this. So we have been working on decarbonization of the entire supply chain and very actively working on the war on waste. So if we focus on these two things, a lot of ESG parameters gets taken care into that. And we have also taken many initiatives in terms of improving this ESG parameters in our organization during this process. So something like we have started reusing lots of our packaging materials. So for that means we get lots of drums from our raw material, and we started reusing that for packing our finished goods. So that means you are saving so much of packing materials, and you are saving so much of resources from the industry. And similarly, on logistics front, we have done a huge activity in decarbonizing the entire supply chain in every segment. So from improving warehousing activity, from improving the logistics network. So instead of multiple shipments can be clubbed together, how can we improve quality of our vehicles so that your other parameters are taken care. So giving all this, I think in today's world, ESG is no more an option. It is now compulsion for survival of any organization. So it is a good journey for us to implement this, and it has been fantastic to learn and implement so many initiatives in the organization.
All right. Okay. So moving on to next question. As someone upskilling themselves in ESG and corporate governance, what values do you bring to the table?
So Sunny, given my experience and exposure, which is chemical industry and supply chain industry, logistics industry, also given my global exposure in various countries, I'm sure I can certainly support organization in structured way to improve their ESG parameters. See, it's very easy to say that you move from compliant level of, let's say, on the scale of 3 to 5, you move from 3 to 10. Okay, everyone knows, okay, 10 is the final to move. But how to move, that's the most critical part. So since I have handled everything from basics, I have grown through ranks, I know the how part of it. So it is not possible to move from the current level directly on the level 10. It is going to be a journey. It is going to be a progression for the industry. And that's what is a core strength of me of developing program without disturbing the business, how we can grow, how we can improve this, all these parameters over a period. So I think that's what I can bring on the table, and I would be more than happy to share my experience on ESG. Even I was part of CSR team in my organization. So I was instrumental in setting up a framework for complete CSR program in our company. So on both the front, I can support and give a kind of my learning and my experience I can share with the industry.
Okay. So before we conclude our discussion on ESG and corporate governance, we would like to know what are the major changes taking place in the chemical sector from an ESG perspective.
See, there is huge change in this industry, which is taking place for last 10, 15 years. Typically, chemical is seen as polluting industry. So unless this industry change that perspective from everywhere, from all the stakeholders, including users, and especially from the government perspective. So industry has taken self-initiative plus many forced initiative to change itself. So first thing, there is huge awareness that it is required to be changed now. That's the first step for the change. Second is now all the ESG parameters in all major companies are getting captured and monitored. So that's the second thing. Once you recognize that you need to improve, now you are measuring where are you and how you can improve further. And third and most important is ESG is becoming part of product stewardship and investment decision. So product stewardship is at the time of product design itself, one discuss about the entire life cycle of the product. And from investment point of view, whether it's a company when company is setting up a new plant, every company first priority or target is to have a zero discharge plant, a plant with minimum effluent, a plant with more renewable energy usage plan. Same way, when investor is now looking at any company, they have started looking the company as with how much that company is which stage of ESG journey. So it is on all these angles a kind of huge progression and huge change which is coming in chemical industry and logistics industry to change from the conventional way to more ESG and more sustainable business model.
Absolutely, Mr. Jha. That was so insightful of you. And that brings us to the last question of the session. Here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of WDC?
See, frankly, this is a fantastic initiative of bringing best of the industry talents on one platform. So big thanks to Mr. Pathan and Mr. Mehta to thinking about this initiative. So it's not only one particular function, it is different function and different industry people are coming together. They are sharing their thoughts, best practices, their experience. And if you count the number of years of experience, it's humongous. And if we able to channelize even part of it, it's going to transform the industry. So I am fully supportive of this initiative, and I look forward the way I can contribute and support this initiative. And big thank you again to WDC in taking this further.
Great, great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Nilesh Jha, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, giving me this opportunity, and pleasure talking to you.